In 2008, Elon Musk was watching his world fall apart. Tesla was on the edge of collapse. SpaceX had suffered multiple failed launches. The financial crisis was spreading across the globe. Investors were pulling back, and both companies were burning through money at an alarming rate. At one point, Musk had a choice: save one company and let the other die, or split his last remaining money between both and hope for a miracle. Most people would have walked away. Most people would have protected what little money they had left. Musk did the opposite, and that decision reveals one of the most important lessons about wealth. Because money wasn't his greatest asset. His greatest asset was the ability to create value. And once you understand the difference, you'll start seeing wealth in a completely different way. Most people spend their lives trying to get money. But the people who become truly wealthy focus on something else entirely. They focus on becoming valuable. And that sounds simple until you realize how few people actually do it. Imagine two people, Elon Musk and Bob. The first has $10 million but no useful skills. The second has almost no money but knows how to solve problems, build products, attract customers, and create opportunities. If both lost everything tomorrow, who would you bet on? Most people choose the millionaire. History usually chooses the creator, because money can disappear overnight. The ability to create them usually doesn't. That's why some people recover from failure while others never do. Think about every successful company you've ever seen. Apple didn't become valuable because it had money. It became valuable because it created products that millions of people wanted. Netflix didn't win because it had a large bank account. It won because it solved a problem better than its competitors. The pattern never changes: value first, money second. And this brings us to something that almost nobody talks about. The education system teaches people how to follow instructions. It teaches people how to memorize information. It teaches people how to pass tests, but very rarely does it teach people how to create value. And that's a problem, because the market doesn't ask how many exams you passed 10 years ago. The market asks a different question: what problem can you solve? That's the question customers care about. That's the question employers care about, and that's the question businesses care about. The better your answer, the more valuable you become. But here's where things get really interesting, because creating value is only half the game. The second half is leverage. And leverage is the reason some people become wealthy while others remain stuck. A teacher can help 30 students in a classroom. A YouTube video can help 3 million. Now, before I show you the question that can change your entire financial future, consider another story. In 1985, Steve Jobs was fired from Apple. The company he helped build pushed him out. For most people, that would have been the end of the story. Instead, it became the beginning of a new one. Jobs went on to create new companies, develop new ideas, and eventually return to Apple, helping transform it into one of the most valuable businesses in history. Why? Because the company wasn't the source of his value, he was, and that's a lesson most people never learn. They attach their identity to a job, or a company, or a paycheck. The most successful people attach their identity to their ability to create value. That's why failure doesn't destroy them, it simply redirects them. And now we arrive at the question, a question that has quietly built fortunes for decades. Most people wake up asking, how can I make more money? But the people who create extraordinary wealth ask something different. They ask, how can I create more value? That small shift changes everything. One question focuses on taking, the other focuses on creating. One focuses on rewards, the other focuses on contribution. Money comes and goes. Money comes and goes. Entire industries can disappear, but the ability to solve problems, create value, and improve people's lives will always matter. That's the real asset. That's the real advantage. And that's why some people can lose everything and still find a way back. Because once you master the ability to create value, money stops being something you chase. It becomes something that naturally follows the problems you solve and the impact you create. The average person spends their life protecting money. The wealthiest people spend their lives protecting the ability to create it. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more insights on success, wealth, and human potential.